Welcome back into Rise Radio. I'm so excited to be here with you on this January 2nd of 2026, a brand new year. There is a lot of magic in the air. I feel as though 2026 is going to be a monumental year for Rise Academy. And in fact, the other day, I declared quantum leap. So stay tuned, come closer. If you too are ready to quantum leap your life in 2026, your life and your business, of course, come closer and let's do it. Let's go together. Together we rise. I hope you enjoy this episode where I talked about how to manifest a new reality in 2026 through vibrational alignment. Let's freaking go. Thank you so much for being here, and let's get into the episode. Happy freaking new year. Happy 2026. I'm so excited for this year. I do see the new year as a fresh start. You know, some people argue that and say spring is actually the fresh start. And I get it, but I also disagree in some ways. And I'm going to share what I mean there. Okay, so yes, of course, if you live in the Northern Hemisphere and you have seasons like spring, that's awesome. I love that, and I miss spring. But at the same time, spring is, yes, rebirth. It is renewing. But what I see this time and space as right here and now, January 1st of a brand new year, is an opportunity to clean slate. Okay, it's an opportunity to not necessarily take massive action towards the thing you want. Maybe for you, it looks more like preparing the soil, because when we go to plant a garden, I love this analogy so much. When we go to plant a garden, we don't go just out to where we'd like our vegetables to grow and just throw handfuls of seeds everywhere. We've got to prep the beds, we've got to prep the earth, we've got to turn the soil, we've got to, clear the soil and things like that. So I really see that is what's happening right here and now, is that it's okay, reflecting what am I bringing forward into 2026? What is calling me forward? What am I deciding on? What am I no longer letting into my life? What am I saying no to? What am I saying hell yes to? And what am I holding myself to? So I think this is just such a beautiful opportunity to just calibrate to a new reality. Okay, that's how I see it. So the first step in doing that is making a decision. Deciding, what do I want 2026 to look like? What do I want it to feel like? Okay, what do I want my business to look like? What do I want it to feel like? My relationships, same thing. What do I want my life to look like and feel like? Because you create your own reality. You create your own reality. Okay, the field is responding to you. You are sending out signals, and when those signals match a new reality, that is when a quantum leap occurs. I've said this before, I'm going to say it again, probably a million more times. A quantum leap doesn't happen because you want it, right? In other words, you don't manifest what you want, you manifest what you need to grow to be a vibrational match to the reality that you want, right? Quantum leap, a change in your reality happens when you are no longer a vibrational match to it. And instead, you are a vibrational match to that different reality, the wish fulfilled, whatever you want to call it, right? And so that's why I love to use words like feeling. How's it going to feel? Because feeling is vibration. Feeling is vibration. And so when we can really get emotionally involved with the feeling of the wish fulfilled, that is how we can collapse timelines. That's called quantum entanglement in quantum physics, is you're literally bringing information. And that's what it is, right? It's information. We are information. The world that we live in is information. It's seen information and it's also unseen information. And when we are getting into the feeling of what we want, we are bringing that information from that time and space, which exists right here and now, into the now of right here and now. That's quantum entanglement. And the more that we can be, right, because that's the second step, we ask ourselves, after we know where we're going, who do I need to be? The second step is being them now in every way, shape, and form, in everything, in every aspect of your life. How can I be more her? How does she feel? What is her energy? What is her like, like when she walks into a room, what do people feel from her? What does she think when she wakes up in the morning? How does she move? How does she, what does her energy feel like? And then how does she look? How does she care for herself? How does she show up for other people? And then financially, how does she circulate money? How does she think about money? How does she feel about money? All of these are like beautiful opportunities to collapse time, to quantum entangle even more, right? And to be the version of you who already has. And that is how you are going to manifest a new reality going forward into 2026. And that's really freaking exciting. So the third part to this is holding the image of the wish fulfilled, holding the assumption that it's already fucking done, because it is. The fact that you desire it means that it is on your timeline, it is done. And the more that you can get emotionally involved with it and let go of and heal from anything that happened last time, any doubts, any fears, any wonders, any worries, the more that you can let that go, heal from it, close that fucking chapter, right? End the cycle, the more you are going to be in alignment with her energy and that frequency of the wish fulfilled, okay? So I want to speak on something big here, and it's this. No amount of forcing, figuring it out, and working harder is going to help you to close those cycles, right? To close those chapters, to heal from what happened. Okay, this is my perspective and my experience of working with many, many women over the past decade, specifically entrepreneurial women in business, okay? No amount of doing or working harder or trying to figure it out or trying to fake it till you make it or trying to make yourself do something even though your body and your nervous system is freaking the fuck out, no amount of doing that is going to help you. I've seen it again and again and again. What is actually going to help you then? Facing those fears, facing those doubts. Okay, we don't need to spend a bunch of time there and go into full-on healing mode for the entire year of 2026. No, not at all, okay? And this is exactly why I created my EFT tapping method called the expand method. Because I recognized that there was a gap. There was a gap in this, that women who are empathetic, who are multi-passionate, who are multi-dimensional, who are creative beings with massive dreams. I saw again and again and again these women being stuck in these cycles, just continuing to live up to what happened last time, continuing to hold on to old information and, believe in the fear, believe in, the people are going to judge me, people are going to hate me, believe in that and they would let it keep them stuck. They would let it keep them essentially paralyzed in fucking limbo. Have you ever felt that where you're like, I am here, this is my reality right now, and there's parts of it that I'm really fucking grateful for, right? But there's also parts of it that I want to upgrade, and I want to upgrade really fucking bad, okay? And then you have this desire, you have this, what I call the North Star. You have this North Star and you're like, I want that more than anything. This, I know, I can feel it in my bones. I know this is my reality. I know this is meant for me. I can see it in my imagination. I know that I'm here for this. It most likely has something to do with helping a lot of people, serving, making an impact, changing the world, becoming a better version of you, helping others to get better, be better, and do better, right? Am I right? Because you're here and you wear your heart on your sleeve. I know that about you because you're the same as me. Okay. So when we have this duality happening, we're sitting in the middle, we're in limbo land, right? No amount of forcing, figuring it out, pushing forward, fucking hustling and grinding and trying to find the secret strategy is going to move you forward. You're not going to get through these fears, these doubts. You're not going to break out of these cycles. You're not going to close these chapters until you actually do this one thing, and it's face it. Turn around and ask yourself, what the hell? What is this bullshit that I'm holding on to? Okay, what are these fears? What happened that caused me to believe in this thing? And just by becoming aware of it, we begin to take our power back and we begin to free it from our body. That's the first step in my tapping method, is building awareness. Because without awareness, nothing fucking changes. We don't even know there's something to change. We just continue to tell ourselves a story of how we're not good enough. You know, we're gonna fail like we did last time. We need to study more. We need to go get more schooling, and you know, we're just not made for this. We're just gonna keep telling ourselves this bullshit story. It's not until we turn around and realize, holy fuck, I'm still holding on to that shit that person said to me back in grade 7. Right? I am still holding on to my dad's perspective of money. What is this? And once we become aware of it, we begin to take our power back, and that is everything. That is everything, because then the ball's in our court and we get to decide what we do with it next. Okay, once you declare, I am no longer a vibrational match to my current results, I am done with this shit and I want this, your world is going to start to shift. It's going to start to show you opportunities to be that version of you, to be the vibrational match to your North Star. So the more awareness that you start to build, the more your world is going to start to transform and literally recalibrate to match your new frequency. So that means that you will be challenged. You will be challenged because you don't get what you want or need. The universe has got your fucking back every time, right? God always says yes, but it's not saying yes to what you want or need. It's saying yes to your vibration and who you're being. Okay? So in the moments of contrast, of doubt, of like, you know, the opposite of what you want, as your world starts to calibrate, and even in the moments of just day-to-day stuff, you know, the kids, the life, the work, the family, the, you know, cooking meals, cleaning the things, who are you being? Who are you being throughout that? Is that a vibrational match to that reality? Because if it's not, and you're sitting here and you're like, well, one day I'm gonna have this beautiful, you know, 3-story house on this like 80 acres of land overlooking this like beautiful lake that's on my property, and like da 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 da. And you're like, one day, there's a fucking gap, there's a separation. And if you wanna move faster and bring that into your reality, you got to close that gap. You got to stop one-daying yourself. It's not just, okay, then I'll be able to do that. Then I'll feel good when I'm actually in the kitchen I actually want to be in. No, how can you bring that vibration into your kitchen now? How can you imagine you're looking out that window while you're washing your dishes now? Even if you don't have a goddamn window above your sink, like me, I don't. Okay, how can you bring that vibration in? And the same thing goes with money. This is so beautiful. I hear this so much is, if I had, you know, of course I would go and circulate money without fear if I had millions in the bank. Okay, I love that for you, and it's true, but the reason you don't have money in the bank is because you keep telling yourself a story of how there's no money in the bank. You're giving your power away to that fear. So if you could actually realize that it's always worked out in the past, you've always been taken care of and guided, and everything has always showed up exactly as you need it, and you have everything you need right now, you can actually shift out of that needy, repulsive energy and into fucking gratitude. And then you can begin to expand your capacity and your perceptions into what's actually possible and how freaking abundant this world actually is, regardless of your current results. And remember that as you begin to expand, your world is going to start to shift. And it's going to start to show you, right, through the law of polarity, Sometimes it shows you what you don't want before what you do want. All right? And it's your job to be no matter what comes your way. Right? No matter what comes your way, it's your opportunity to be and ask yourself, how is this making me that version of me? And hold it anyway. Okay. So the second part of my tapping method is healing and coming to terms with and grounding into the fact that you're safe. The fact that the universe has got your damn back. That you have everything you need right now. That is the second step, is feeling safe in your body, because if you go to take action in a new way outside of your comfort zone, which means you're not comfort zone, you're not comfortable, your nervous system's job is to protect your body. So of course it's going to send signals to your brain and be like, get the fuck out of here, like we are in danger, run. And when your sympathetic nervous system is engaged, you're not thinking, you're not thinking, you're surviving. Okay, and when we are in survival, we can't even comprehend, right? We're not thinking, we're literally surviving. So if you are in a state of survival, you're barely, you're just holding on. You're not thinking, you're not dreaming, you're not creative, you are surviving. Your body is literally saying, how can I survive another moment? Okay, so we want to get out of that. And like I've mentioned a few times now, like if you are believing that you just need to find some secret strategy and everything's gonna fucking be so much better, or you need to go take that like coaching certification and that's gonna change your entire life. It's not. It's not until you heal what happened, until you decide you're healed. Let me rephrase that, because you get to decide when you're healed. Until you close those chapters and end those cycles, okay? Until you realize you are fucking good enough, your offer is fucking life-changing, right? And you are the person for the job, right? And that everything's working out in your favor and that you are safe. Because then when you are safe, then you can begin to perceive more. Then you can begin to think. Then you can begin to dream and create. And then you can begin to listen to your intuition. And your intuition, I see your intuition as a direct connection to your highest self. That version of you who has everything and anything you desire, that is how you communicate with her. That is how you communicate with the universe, God, infinite creative energy, whatever word you want to use. Through your intuition is how you will receive the how. Hear me when I say that. Through your intuition is how you're going to receive the how. Making a decision. Remember that the only prerequisite is desire, not knowing how, okay? Just desire. So when you do make that decision, the how comes through your intuition and your imagination. But if you're in survival mode, if you're literally surviving, trying to figure out how to scrounge and survive another day, or if you are in survival mode because you're trying to push yourself to do the thing, to show up, to create the content, to sell the offer, to fucking increase your prices and sell more, but your body doesn't feel safe, of course, there's this disconnect, and we live in a vibrational universe and people can feel that shit. If you feel awful selling, we've got a problem. That's why your business is not growing. If you feel like a fucking imposter, we got a problem. That's why your business is not growing. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? So that's the second part of my tapping method. We've got to feel safe. We've got to feel safe moving forward and taking that action. And then the third step, the third part of my tapping method, the expand method, is to activate and actually get into the frequency of who she is, to activate her. Just like we started this conversation doing, making a decision. What do I actually want? Okay, so activating her is, I made the decision. Now who do I need to be? This is my reality now. Okay, and we begin to activate and expand at the same time. So what we're doing here, because this is a 3-part tapping method, we are healing and expanding at the same frickin' time. Why? Because healing does not need to take a lifetime. Write that down. Healing does not need to take your life down. You get to choose when you're ready. You get to choose when you're healed. And I trust that you are here listening to this because you're ready to fucking heal. You're ready to close the door. You're ready to break out of this lame cycle. And you're ready to own more, right? You're ready to take up space in a new way. You're ready to do things your fucking way, not someone else's. You're here to feel good in your body, in your life, and in your business. When you're showing up, when you're creating content, when you're serving, when you're calling in clients, when you are selling your incredible offers, you're here to feel so fucking good. Because when you feel good, what signal do we send out? What signal are we sending out? What frequency are we existing in then? Yeah, the frequency of her, and it is done. So that frequency is magnetic. Feeling is the secret. Just like Neville Goddard always said, right? Feeling is the secret, not doing and hustling and grinding and fucking pushing, even though it feels awful. That's burnout. That's the recipe for burnout. Okay, so the third part of my tapping method is to activate her energy. Activate her and expand into it through telling yourself a new story. But this is why, like, the usual vision boarding and New Year's resolutions don't work. Because if you're just trying to manipulate yourself into believing a new thing, like, I'm a millionaire, but you're like, your conscious mind is like, what the fuck? No, you're not. Your bank account is empty. You're lying. How are you going to fully step into and embody and resonate and vibrate at that frequency if your conscious mind is like, fuck off? You're not. Okay. And it can be with anything. It can be with confidence. That's a common one as well. Or health, right? Confidence. I can do this. Your conscious mind's like, no, you're not. Why is it saying that? Most likely because it's still holding on to old information. And that is what we work on inside of my tapping method. Okay. And that is exactly what we're going to do over 30 days inside the Best of Me, the 30-day tapping challenge. And I'm so excited. We start on January 5th. And I want to see you inside. If you've made it this far, chances are you have something inside of you that is like, let's fucking go. I'm here to feel better. I'm here to do better. I'm here to love every part of me, my business, my work, my life, my family, my relationships. I'm here to just elevate fucking all of it. I'm here to elevate all of it. And that's what we're going to be doing together over 4 weeks. Okay, there's going to be 4 specific tapping activations that you're going to practice. They're audios, right? And you get one at a time. And you're going to be practicing, for example, the first week, you'll practice that same tapping activation for the whole week. Okay, at least once a day. So what that is doing, because tapping EFT speaks right to your subconscious mind. It speaks the same language of your subconscious mind. So we're getting into the root of where our beliefs are, right? That default mode, we're getting in there and we're shaking it up. And so each tapping activation will be specifically intentionally created by me with the intention of helping you to gently begin to expand your capacity to perceive, receive, and hold more as you, again, gently become a vibrational match to the frequency of her, the frequency of your North Star, that desire. And this is really, really powerful. Every time I have done these live tapping challenges, shit has fucking happened. Like magic has happened. Okay, one time we had a girl go through the challenge and she came out the other side, not writing just one book. She wrote 3 books, you guys. And right now at this point in time, when I'm recording here, they're almost published. Like, this is monumental because she had been telling herself that she wanted to be an author since she was a teenager. Decades. Okay, decades later, here she is actually fucking going for it and doing it anyway. All right, another one, podcast. Wanted to be a motivational speaker and decided that finally she was done waiting because that's what she would do. right? That version who has the wish fulfilled, she wouldn't be sitting around waiting. She would do it anyway. And she would take aligned action from a new idea and a new identity. And that's what we're doing. It doesn't come from a space of, I got to figure this out and I got to like force my way forward. It comes from a space of embodied action. It's like, what would she do? And when you're in the frequency of her, in the vibrational alignment with the wish fulfilled, with the North Star, it's already done. It's already done, because when you're tuned into that and your nervous system is fucking grounded and regulated and your capacity is expanded and you're activated, you are a direct channel for so much wisdom and information that's going to come through you. Like, you're going to receive like ideas and nudges and information that you have never learned. Ever. You've never learned. You're going to be like, where did this come from? I just had this insane idea. I call it a download sometimes, right? I had this insane download. I feel called to do this. You get these ideas of like a new program you should create, a new offer. You even could get ideas to reach out to someone that you know. And then, or even it could be even as simple as like going for a coffee, but you don't know because it's already planned, right? And if you fail to take action on that thing, then you are not trusting yourself and you're not trusting the guidance that is coming through you. So anyway, it always leads to something else. It always leads to this next thing, the next thing, and the next thing, and you can't even make that shit up. So when you are in a vibrational alignment like that, that is exactly what happens, is you receive new information that you have never actually learned. Your mind does not know this information, and it's freaking wild, and I love it so much. So if you want to join the tapping challenge, the link is here. Come and join us. It's $33 for 30 days of the tapping challenge. There's going to be bonus resources. I'm also going to create some venting tapping sessions for you based upon what the group is going through. So I will create, what that means is I'll create tapping sessions that will help you to remove any limitations, blocks, fears, doubts, anything that comes up in real time. We will have a bonus section with some venting and processing tapping sessions. We'll also have an inner child quantum healing session that is a recording for you to go back and travel back through time and re-experience some situations that you may be holding on to. It's really powerful, really gentle as well, and it changes. It has the power to change everything for you. Okay, and there's also one more quantum activation visualization in there as well, I think. And along with other things that come up along the way, I'll add it all into the bonus materials. And then of course we have our group chat. The group chat is monumental because yes, you could join the tapping challenge at a later date. And if you are listening to this at some point in the future and you really feel called to join the tapping challenge, you can join it. Join through the link below or wherever the link is, go find the link or ask me. and then you can go through the challenge in your own time, which is so beautiful. But I will say, being in there live with us is fucking next level, okay? Because the accountability, the sisterhood, the community is very, 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 very beneficial, okay? And beyond that, there's also a VIP level for the live version. So VIP level, I did this last time and I freaking loved it. It was so powerful. VIP is $22 more, so it's $55 in total. And you will get access into weekly calls, weekly group calls for everyone who's going through the challenge who chooses VIP. You actually get into a group call. It kind of turns more into a mastermind / hot seat group coaching call. We reflect on the week and the tapping activation from that week and what's coming up. And I give guidance and support. And it's really, really powerful to come together live together, okay? We're all over the world, and yes, the group chat is fundamental and very important. It is so nice to come together and see each other's faces and hear each other's voices in real time and to share space together. So the VIP upgrade is definitely recommended to get the full benefit of this 30-day experience. But yeah, get in there. If you feel called, this is no coincidence. There is no mistake. This is all a setup, and I'm so excited that you are still here listening to me, and so excited to see you inside the tapping challenge. This is going to be fucking transformational, and the perfect timing is right here and now, and it's done. Okay, I can't wait to see you inside the tapping challenge, and we start on the 5th of January live.